What is going on, Sports Wars? We're here. We're live. We've got another Sunday morning Europe game, and I gotta say, Giants and Panthers in Germany, that is probably the worst thing that's ever happened in German history, ever, okay? I think it's safe to say, sending that game over there, very disrespectful.
This is punishment for World War II, what the NFL has done.
Yeah, there was this little thing called the Nazis in the 30s.
I think this is arguably worse if you've watched the game.
It might be worse.
Young versus Daniel Jones.
It was ugly. I only watched a little bit of it. So
you only watched a little bit of World War II?
No, the game.
Oh, the football game. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a bright side though, because Beardo was not able. Well, actually, did you do the morning show?
I did Game On this morning. Yeah.
Did you pick the Giants?
I picked the Giants. Yeah.
I was gonna say he was gonna get saved from picking the Giants and avoid another loss on the record if they do end up losing to the Panthers.
Not only did I pick the Giants, I picked the Giants to cover the 6.5.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
There's still time.
It's still like it's a 3-point.
Panthers just scored a touchdown.
Well, it's a 10-point game.
Spoiler alert, guys. My Cowboys are losing.
Never mind.
So
No
I'm not
touchdown.
picking them. I'm not picking the Cowboys today.
No touchdown. Touchdown got called back on a penalty.
Listen, you might now that Dak's gone, because we should talk about that. I suppose
we're dog shit, man.
And we'll talk about that today.
John,
Dak's done for the season.
I think your Cowboys are better off with Cooper Rush, to be honest. I really do.
Cooper Rush is a good backup.
They're going to lose today, but the Eagles are favored by 7.5. That is a gross spread.
That's a lot of points. I wouldn't go.
That's a lot of points, especially with MVP Cooper Rush playing for the Cowboys. You guys are better off, but no CD Lamb today though.
Yeah, I figured he wasn't going to play either. Yeah, we're in trouble today.
CD Lamb might just quit the rest of the season.
Dak Prescott, while they were getting destroyed last week, he says, I felt my hamstring pop. I felt something going on. People thought, maybe it's going to be a couple weeks, whatever. He's done. He needs surgery.
Yeah.
I think they're waiting on potentially one more official, potential second opinion from a doctor. But it seems like a foregone conclusion, at least the Dallas Cowboys feel, like Dak Prescott needs season-ending surgery, 4-month recovery for a hamstring.
The last I saw is that he is getting surgery on his hamstring. That his hamstring is separated from his bone, and he is getting surgery on it.
Yeah, so what I saw yesterday, I think maybe from Adam Schefter, was that basically the Cowboys feel that that's the thing. I think he was doing one more potential second opinion, but the Cowboys feel like that's exactly what he needs. See if I can find that post from Schefter. Maybe there has been an update since then. Look, I saw a picture of Dak's dumbass somewhere. Here it is.
Green-haired anti-liberal says, "Hey Beardo, if you pick the Raiders this week, I won't call you a jinx, but only this week." Well, good news for you. The Raiders are on a bye.
Yeah, so here it is. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is planning to undergo season-ending surgery on his partially torn hamstring, pending the opinion of one final specialist, sources told ESPN. So that was yesterday. Maybe there has been an update today, but yeah, effectively, they feel like it's a done deal unless this guy says, I promise we can do something with it. He's going to have season-ending surgery. The $60 million man flushed all that money down the drain. The Dallas Cowboys have had a disastrous year. Yeah. It's been rough. John, how have you felt as a Cowboys fan?
Well, I gave up years ago on the Cowboys actually doing anything, so this really hasn't affected me.
Stop it.
No, you could ask anybody. Like 5 years ago, I just mailed it in on the Cowboys. Yeah, they'll be good.
We've been doing this stream for 3-4 years, and you've been high on the Cowboys.
No, I didn't even pick them to go to the Super Bowl last year. What are you before?
Okay,
that's like the limit. I didn't pick them to go to the Super Bowl. But I'm not a Cowboys guy anymore.
But I was realistic, man. They won 12 games 3 years in a row. Yeah, they were a good team. They were not going to go anywhere, though. I knew that.
Because why?
I've been a Cowboys fan all my life. I've seen what has transpired the last 28 years. I knew they weren't going anywhere.
Because
they just don't have it. They're a regular season team, and this year they're not. So
because of Jerry Jones.
Pretty much. And Jerry's not going to fire himself.
because of Jerry Jones. John, do you want the Cowboys to fire Mike McCarthy and hire Deion Sanders next year?
I don't know about Deion. I don't know. But Mike McCarthy should have been fired after last season. The season before.
What if they fire McCarthy, hire Deion Sanders, and draft Shedeur Sanders?
That's what we were talking about this morning on Game On. The Cowboys hiring Deion, and Deion's first draft pick as the head coach of the Cowboys is drafting his son.
Where do people think Shedeur is going to go in the draft, though?
Oh, he's going early.
He's going high.
He's going early.
Yeah, so I mean, the Cowboys have to move up probably.
And that'll be Jerry Jones. We're making moves in the offseason. We're making moves. That'll be trading up because Deion wants to draft his son to play for the Cowboys.
Man, this past all season, the Cowboys didn't do nothing in the all season.
Nothing. Well, that's not true. You got Ezekiel Elliott off of the free agency.
Wow.
They just paid the players that they have. That's what they did. They paid the players that they have. I mean, we all heard the Derrick Henry thing. Well, he wouldn't have been doing that in our offense. Derrick Henry wouldn't be a really good fit in our offense. That's what Jerry Jones was saying.
Whoops.
Maybe you can just be like, hey, it was too expensive. Like we couldn't pay that and still pay our other guys. That's probably what he should have said instead of, well, I don't think Derrick Henry would have been a fit. Derrick Henry would find a way to fit in, I think, in the Dallas Cowboys offense. The one
anywhere.
That's the worst the worst rushing offense in the league right now. I feel like he would find a way to make it a little bit more effective. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Let's get to some of these super chats. Chris Coran, Beardo's kicker is back, boys.
Graham Gano already missed a field goal today. Wide right this morning.
We've been complaining about him not being available.
Well, so he pulled his hamstring week 2 against the Redskins. Today is his first day back, and we were 4th and 1 in the Panthers territory, and I would have much rather just gone for it because dude doesn't have any game reps. I'd rather have the replacement kicker try that 40-yard field goal than Graham Gano, who hasn't made a fucking game kick in 7 weeks. Like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? The Giants have actually been good on converting 4th downs this season. So let's either go on 4th and 1 or put the replacement kicker in, not have fucking bum-ass fucking Graham Gano try for a fucking field goal when he hasn't played in 7 weeks.
Old Chuba Hubbard is putting up a hell of a game today. Yeah,
he just scored a touchdown. It's 17-7 Panthers.
Good old Chuba. I like Chuba Hubbard. I picked up Chuba Hubbard like 5. Whenever Christian McCaffrey had that like season-ending injury, like 3 games into the season or some shit, I picked up Chuba Hubbard on fantasy years ago.
There's time.
He's still rocking there. He's still rocking in Carolina.
You want to know how bad things are for the Cowboys? Who is the best player on the Cowboys?
Best player on the Cowboys?
Brandon Aubrey, the kicker. He's a damn good field goal kicker. He's the best thing about the Cowboys this season. And that ain't a good sign.
Yeah, because everyone else is getting paid sucks.
It's been a hell of a year for kickers. It's been a great year for kickers. Yeah. Everybody, like from 40 yards plus, kickers are pretty much automatic this year. But it's weird because 20 yards to 30 yards, you see some weird shanks. But 40 plus, they're automatic.
Like a 60-yard field goal used to be like ungodly, right?
Yeah.
It's like 10 years ago, the idea of someone hitting a 60-yard field goal was like every once in a while.
You're starting to see a lot now.
Very rarely. Now, how many 60-yard field goals have we seen this season alone?
2 or 3, right?
It's been several.
It's been a few. Yeah, it's been a few.
Several 60-yard field goals.
Yeah.
And
now Harrison Butker is human. He actually missed a field goal week before last. I was shocked. And that was like a 40-something.
He was distracted because of the election.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, he was focusing on Trump. Harrison Butker.
He's never going to miss again.
Pittsburgh's kicker Boswell, he's a stud too. Brandon Aubrey. Even bum-ass Tyler Bass with the Bills nailed a 60-yarder earlier this week. So, kickers are thriving right now.
That was some team that was actually flirting with like a 70-yarder. I thought they were actually going to go for it, and then they didn't do. Who was it? Was that the Cowboys?
It might have been the Cowboys. It might have been the Cowboys. Yeah.
Kickers are on pace to make 251 field goals of 50-plus yards this season, which would shatter the record of 158 set just last year.
Yeah. Probably actually moving
revolution in the NFL.
Moving back to field goal. What are the field goals now? 35 yards now? So
I mean extra points?
Yeah, extra points, yeah. Extra points, yeah.
38, 37, something like that.
Yeah, so they're practicing longer field goals.
Maybe. It's great to be a sports fan, says Dom H.
I'm right there with you, Dom. I'm right there with you.
McManager, one with the McNugget.
Oh my gosh.
That avatar, man.
Dom H with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dom.
Thanks, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Ackle WP2. Hail Ryan, Beardo, and John. Shout out Nick Bosa, MAGA. We will talk about that.
Yep.
I think Nick Bosa very much expected to get fined for what he did. And he is getting fined for what he did. Yep. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. It shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody, but we will talk about it.
Yeah.
Ozzy Mandy is for 2. Hot take. Jerry's a good GM. They've had talent.
No.
He can draft, man. Jerry can draft.
They do have talent.
They're trash. Trash.
Not trash drafting. That problem is the other stuff.
The problem with the Cowboys, if I can for a second, the problem with the Cowboys is Jerry Jones will never be outshined. You've seen that with Jimmy Johnson.
Ever since Jimmy Johnson, you're right.
Jimmy Johnson, Bill Parcells, Jerry Jones will not be outshined. That's why Bill Belichick will never go to the Cowboys, because it's his show. It's his show. Jerry Jones wants all of the credit. So if the Cowboys are going to be good,
kind of control.
Yeah. If the Cowboys are going to be good, Jerry Jones wants the credit. It's not going to go to the coach. It's not going to go anywhere else than Jerry Jones. And that's why the Cowboys will continue sucking until Jerry Jones passes away. That's what's going to happen. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Al Davis with the Raiders, man. It's the same thing.
I really do believe that Jimmy Johnson probably would be considered the greatest coach ever if Jerry Jones didn't fire him after back-to-back Super Bowls. Yeah. Once he got fired, man, because I don't believe Belichick would be considered the greatest coach ever. I believe it would have been Jimmy Johnson, because that Cowboys team was loaded. Absolutely loaded, and they were dominant too. He fires him, and then the Cowboys not losing that 49ers team in 94 with Jimmy Johnson.
You had injuries.
They came back. Remember, they were down like 21-0 really fast in that NFC Championship game. It was what was the final score? 38-28, I believe, something like that.
Michael Irvin had injuries. Troy Aikman, he was banged up. I mean, you guys had your time in the sun.
I think the Cowboys could have won 2 or 3 more Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Mick Walsh, NFL should start finding players for BLM messaging. But the problem is they have approved messaging, and the Black Lives Matter, end racism, stuff like that, whatever they can put on the back of their heads, all that stuff is pre-approved NFL messaging.
Including names of criminals.
Including the names of criminals. And that was from like 2021 or whatever that was. I don't think that's the case anymore. But yes, in theory, let's just get to the Nick Bosa thing, shall we?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Let's get to the Nick Bosa thing. On Sunday Night Football, in the post-game show, after the 49ers had won, what was this, a week ago at this point, maybe more, Nick Bosa decided he was going to go out there and make a big statement. Nick Bosa decided to show everybody. He gets shit for this all the time anyway. Hey, you're damn right I support President Trump. And he wears his Make America Great Again hat and kind of photo bombs, right? Doesn't really say anything. Doesn't say like MAGA, just kind of photo bombs, points to his hat and bounces. 49ers star Nick Bosa says wearing MAGA hat was well worth it, even if he's fined by the NFL. Clearly, the nation spoke, and absolutely, the nation did speak in resounding fashion, reelecting President Donald Trump. But that fine has now come down. This is where we were. NFL's looking into Nick Bosa wearing MAGA hat in Sunday postgame. There will not be a determination of any potential fine till later next week. No consideration for any potential suspension. They wanted to wait till the election was over before they actually fined him. Well, now they officially have $11,000 fine for crashing interview with MAGA hat. Per multiple reports, the hat violated Rule 5, Section 4, Article 8 of the NFL rulebook, which reads, throughout the period of game day, that the players visible in the stadium and television audience, including pregame, bench area, postgame interviews, in the locker room, or on the field, players are prohibited from wearing, displaying, or otherwise conveying personal messages, either in writing or illustration, unless such message has been approved in advance by the league office. Well, gentlemen, MAGA hat not approved by the NFL. He gets fined. This should not be a surprise. I was expecting it. The real question is, if this had been a Harris Walls hat, I don't think anybody really owns them out there. Would they have still made the decision to fine him? I think they may have. However, the reason that this is so ridiculous is because this is on a field where you're writing Black Lives Matter and end racism and all this bullshit in the end zone, all these activist causes that are promoted by the NFL. But little $11,000 chink in the checkbook there for Nick Bosa for wearing this hat.
This is chump change. He don't care. 11,000 for these guys. This is nothing for Nick Bosa. We all knew that Nick Bosa was a Trump supporter from the moment he got drafted out of Ohio State. Who really cares? What I will say about this, expect a big game per day today for Nick Bosa. They play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. The 49ers are favored by 6.5. I like the Bucs to cover today, but if you're on Prize Picks, if you can find a prop bet out there, or if you're on Prize Picks, Bosa, big game today. I take him 1.5 sacks a day. Big game for Nick Bosa today, specifically because of this.
He's going to be motivated. He's excited because of the 100%. Election, all of this stuff.
100%.
Maybe. Yep. Remember, this is the same rule that George Pickens got fined for earlier for putting I'm always fucking open on his eye black.
Right. Yeah.
Same kind of rule. They've got all these ridiculous activist causes that are approved by the NFL, and you can wear those things. But if it's not, like Make America Great Again, then you end up getting fined. It really is just the ridiculousness of it, to be surrounded by so much propaganda and virtue signaling. But if this one's not approved by the NFL beforehand, you can't wear your hat out there.
The NFL approves disrespecting our national anthem. You can take a knee, you can protest the national anthem, you can go back to the locker room, not even be present on the field during the national anthem. But if you show any support for a running candidate, a former president, for during the game, well, we're gonna fine you if you support a former president and a current candidate for the United States. Absolutely fucking bullshit. Shout out to Nick Bosa, man. And I believe in the past week and a half after this incident, his jersey sales have skyrocketed.
I believe he's number one.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it. And I believe it. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, when you brought up players kneeling, 0 players got in trouble for kneeling.
Correct.
Including Colin Kaepernick. Remember, he's not in the NFL because he kneeled. He's not in the NFL anymore because he fucking sucks.
It's a little bit of both.
He got benched before that happened.
Right. Yeah, he got benched before that. Then he started kneeling for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Then he started doing it. And remember,
you know what's... Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you know what's crazy is, like, during all of that nonsense, when there was kneeling for the national anthem, teams weren't going out, they were staying in the locker room for the national anthem. What got more noise? Teams protesting the national anthem, or was it Alejandro Villanueva for the Steelers, who decided, you know what, I'm a veteran of this country. I am not going to protest the national anthem. I'm going to stand out on the field lonesome in my solidarity, going to go and support our nation and listen to the national anthem on the field. That got more attention from the mainstream sports media than actual teams kneeling and protesting the national anthem, than our veteran here who is in the NFL going out and supporting and listening to the national anthem. That is what upset people, not the fact that we were protesting the national anthem.
Yeah, even Mike Tomlin called out Villanueva for actually going out there and doing it.
He did.
His own coach.
Yep.
I couldn't believe that, man.
And that was an insane, like, what was it, 4 years ago at this point, or maybe it was longer than that, because it was
2019 or 2020 when it happened.
Yeah.
It might have been the 2019-2020 NFL season.
What happened was the Steelers were, like, right there in the tunnel, and Villanueva was, like, kind of right outside, and Ryan knows this here. When you're in the military or you're a veteran, you're outside. You better stand to attention.
Correct. Yeah, you hear the national anthem.
You hear the national anthem. You better stand to attention. That's what he did.
Yeah, I do remember he was like, oh, there was some miscommunication about what the team was doing. We were trying to do something together, blah, 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 all this bullshit. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous, right? The idea that you would stay in to protest the national anthem, to not make anyone feel left out if they want to kneel or whatever. Bullshit. Kneeling for the national anthem is gay and retarded and disrespectful as fuck. It's embarrassing for anyone that does it, including bitches like LeBron James, the NBA bubble, all those fucks that did it. But yes, MAGA had $11,000 fine. Nick Bosa gives no shits. There's like a big GoFundMe to pay the fine for him, which doesn't matter. He does not care about that money at all. He got the moment that he wanted on national television, on NBC, Sunday Night Football, post-game, MAGA hat, baby. That's all he had to do. And I'm sure Nick Bosa not worried about this fine at all.
Yeah. Refresh my memory on Villanueva. Wasn't he in the reserves at the time when he was out there? I think he was in the reserves. I
don't know if he was actively.
He wasn't active duty, but I believe he was in the reserves.
I don't know if that was true or not.
I thought he was because
let's see. All I can see is on the reserve retired list
for the NFL. But I could have swore he was in the reserves for the military.
He may have been. I don't know exactly when he got in, when he got out, if he had any time required to be like a reservist or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I can't make
because I know they make special deals with players that are in the NFL and they want to pursue the NFL career. They have them like on like weekend recruitments or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, but he did his he did his full I think he was Army, right? I think he did his full tour. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he got out early to play football or anything like that. I think he served his full time in the Army and then he came out. So I don't know if he joined reserves or not. But let's get to some of these Rumble rants. We've got Jose Contreras for $1. Shout out to the people watching over on Rumble, by the way. Ryan, 11-3 last week. John, 11-3 last week. Beardo, 11-4 last week. How'd you get 11-4, Beardo?
How did I get 11-4? Is it because I picked Thursday night? I don't know.
Maybe you did pick. If you picked Thursday night, maybe that was what it was.
I almost picked against the Chiefs, and boy, they came close to losing.
I don't even remember who played Thursday night. I watched it. I don't remember.
But Jose Contreras, thank you. So right now, I have a 66% win percentage. John has a 65% winning percentage. Beardo, 53%.
There you go. Positive.
It is positive, yes. I'm 83-42. John's 59-32. Beardo's 66-59. So getting those numbers up. Jerry Jones, too much of a control freak, says Mick Walsh.
He is.
Take it for 2. Colorado 7-2. I guess we owe Dion an apology. Listen, in the completely and totally gutted Big 12, Colorado is beating everyone they're supposed to beat. Who've they lost to? Nebraska, an embarrassing loss to Nebraska. They lost to Kansas State, right? And they damn near lost to North Dakota State. But everybody else, including Texas Tech yesterday, they have beaten them. And yesterday was handily. I think they still got Utah coming up. I don't really know if they've got there's only a handful of good teams in the Big 12 at this point. Kansas State, Iowa State, Colorado. I don't even know if there's anybody else that's fucking ranked. I don't know if they play Iowa State. I think they play Utah, who's having a bad year. But I don't know. Game On Sports News and Picks for 20. Beardo came on my show today and guaranteed a Giants win. He forced me to use them in my Survivor. Is that for real?
There's some truth to that. Will texted me earlier this week and said, how confident do you feel about the Giants? And I was like, against the Panthers? Feel pretty good.
I would have immediately picked the Panthers then.
Oh, stop it.
I would have. If that was the reaction.
I was like, no. So he's like, how sure? Are you talking like $500,000 sure? And I'm like, Will, don't fucking put that on me. Do not put that on me. He's like, I like the Giants. I said, I like the Giants too. So there's some truth to that. But I did pick the Giants this morning, -6.5.
See, if this was one of those, right, because some of these, depending on how many you pick a week, sometimes you've got to pick a team. This would be the time to pick the Panthers. This would have been the Panthers survivor pool pick. Weird game, no. Germany, a revitalized Bryce Young.
Last week would have been
a downtrodden Giants team.
Last week would have been the week to pick the Panthers because NFC South rivalry with a struggling Saints team. That'd have been the week.
The Saints looked like the best team in football for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've lost 7 straight games. Bosa did get the maximum fine for that infraction. I think a lot of those things are based on, some of them are based on how much you make too. I don't know if that's one of them, but yeah, like almost, it's rare to hear a fine in the NFL of less than $10,000. So it's not a surprise. What did George Pickens get? I think George Pickens got fined $11,000 too. BLM and NBA 2K25 clothing store. No Trump DLC, says Red Android. Maybe you can make your own Trump shirt. Raven and Writing Desk, Tyson Paul, final pre-match thoughts.
Oh, that's right. It is this month, huh?
It's November 15th, I think, right?
Friday, right?
Yeah. It's November 15th.
You guys know how I feel about this. I think this fight is an absolute joke. It's a cash grab for both fighters. This is a 27-year-old Jake Paul against an old fucking man, Mike Tyson. There's no knockout clause. It's 6 rounds. They're wearing 14-ounce gloves. I think Jake Paul's going to win. And to be honest, I think it's going to go to the scorecard, and it'll probably be a draw because this is an official fight. This goes on their professional record.
Yeah.
There is no way, narratively, that Jake Paul is going to lose to an old man and Mike Tyson is going to take a loss to Jake Paul. This is going to be a draw. It's all for the money. It's for the Netflix pay-per-view buys. It's going to be a joke. And if there is a clear winner, it's going to be Jake Paul. Jake Paul he's significantly, how do I say this? He's got more stamina. He's got the youth on his side. Mike Tyson can't go longer than a round and a half of being Mike Tyson. He's an old fucking man. This is going to be a joke of a fight. It's going to be Jake Paul. If there's winner, it's Jake Paul.
The only advantage Jake Paul really has is that he's young, but he's not a real boxer. He's not a real boxer. When he fought a real boxer, he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, by Tommy Fury. Yes, correct.
Mike Tyson, the reason why I believe Mike Tyson is going to win this because he still got the punching power. 2 rounds, all that he needs.
It's not all needs.
It's John, it's not going to happen. The best case scenario for all parties is a draw. Everybody gets their bag and nobody has a loss on their record. It's going to be a draw. And everybody goes home upset except for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson almost fucking like died on a plane flight like a couple months ago because he was like stomach hurt, probably from all.
He had an ulcer, I believe. That's what it was.
But yeah, it's just if this was a decade ago, even
Mike Tyson would have killed him a decade ago.
But it's just different, right? Mike Tyson's what, 60?
57, about to be 58.
Yeah, and it's not like a healthy 60. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just don't.
He looks better than a whole bunch of 58-year-olds.
But
sure,
John,
I'm not going to argue with you.
You have to look at the Roy Jones fight. The Roy Jones fight was fucking pathetic. It was a joke.
And he kicked Roy Jones' ass. Roy Jones was not in shape.
Didn't. No, he didn't.
Roy Jones is not in shape.
He did not kick Roy Jones' ass. It was 2 old men sparring is what it was. Old. But they were sparring. They weren't fighting to win. They were sparring. It was a joke. And Mike Tyson showed his age. And that was 3 or 4 years ago. This fight's going to be a joke. John, I think you could last 6 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Hell no.
I think
Mike Tyson would kick my ass. Man.
I think Ryan could last 6 rounds with Mike Tyson.
I'm 5'6". Mike Tyson, what, 5'9"?
I feel like if Mike Tyson hit me, I would die.
Man,
but I think I might be able to stay away from him.
Nah, I'm staying away from Mike Tyson.
I think you're letting your favoritism and your nostalgia get the best of you with this Mike Tyson.
And you know what? And I actually saw Mike Tyson in the 80s. That dude was the most terrifying human being I ever saw in my life.
That's fine. In the 80s, that was 40 fucking years ago.
That's true. That's true. But I remember Mike Tyson in the 90s. I remember seeing Lennox Lewis. Like, Lennox Lewis in the 90s would have got
Giants
killed.
just scored a touchdown, by the way.
80s Mike Tyson. He would have got killed.
Yeah, but we're talking about a long-ass time ago, man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean.
It just is what it is. We'll see what happens. When we're back here next week, we'll be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
So right now, I want to talk about what happened this week, which was President Donald Trump was re-elected, will be the 47th president of the United States. And man, oh man, there were some athletes that were not happy about this, guys. Interestingly enough, sports media, in terms of ESPN, they have not gotten into this. It's almost like they had a mandate come down from the top to not get involved in stuff like this. They weren't mentioning the election. They weren't mentioning Trump. They weren't mentioning Kamala. They weren't doing anything these last couple days. Almost like they knew, like they got ordered by their bosses not to fucking say anything. But athletes out there, athletes have been very, very upset, including bitches like LeBron James. LeBron James reacts to Donald Trump beating Kamala Harris in 2024 presidential election. Of course, had to go to Instagram after endorsing Kamala, after putting out this video full of lies about Donald Trump. You know, LeBron, in shame, posted this on Instagram. Heavy on my heart and mind this morning, my princess. I promise to protect you with everything I have and more. We don't need their help. And a bunch of brown hearts.
Oh, God.
I don't know if LeBron thinks that his daughter's ability to be a slut is like taken away. This seems to be the point of the post, right? He seems to be upset that his daughter can't grow up to be a slut because he has some misconception about what this election means. But look at the replies. I voted to keep dudes out of her bathrooms, LeBron. You're welcome. Let's see, LeBron, I'm your biggest fan. Since you're in high school, spent hundreds of thousands to watch you play. How's administration that protects people on children trafficking lists supposed to be a safer place for your daughter to be raised? What is this here? This dude could easily sided with Trump and paid less in taxes, but he stands up for women's right to choose and access to health care. Actually, these are different. I think LeBron may have deleted some of these. I think LeBron deleted a lot of these because I went through and did a video on this channel the other day. And do you remember what all the top comments were the other day, John?
Yeah.
It was everyone saying you're bought and paid for. D Wade's son is going to fuck your daughter in a bathroom. Like, this is the type of shit that they were saying, right? That Donald Trump is protecting your daughter. And I think LeBron has deleted a ton of these for real.
It's funny, man, because he voted for Kamala Harris and Kamala Harris lost 350,000 illegal alien children. Has no idea where they're at. They got sold into sex slavery, but hey, President Trump is harming women, right? What rights, LeBron, has your daughter lost?
Yeah, here's some of them.
That.
America protected her last night. Protect her from Diddy. Trump will stop men playing in your daughter's sports. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Stay out of politics. Is it seriously use the image of your innocent daughter for hypocrisy like this, LeBron? I mean, he got destroyed over this. And despite how many comments he may have deleted on this post after getting embarrassed, he got destroyed. Angel Reese, retarded ass. Sid the Sloth looking ass was out here too.
Yeah.
WNBA star Angel Reese shares 8-word response to Donald Trump's shocking election victory. We can go through this. As a woman, I'm heartbroken for all of us. Oh, please tell me, 23-year-old retard Angel Reese. Tell me all your knowledge about politics, Angel Reese. You fucking idiot. Here's some more of these tweets, I think. Woke up speechless. You could still tweet, apparently. I don't know how that works. I'm so disappointed in America. Some of you just couldn't selfishly put your pride aside, huh?
Dude, I so badly wanted to quote tweet this specific tweet and tweet, "Shut up and dribble."
Well, the fact that I think she means selflessly put aside your pride.
Sure.
But she writes, selfishly put your pride aside.
Which
you couldn't selfishly do something selfless, could you, America?
That's a double negative right there.
Dumb bitch. She just is. God is the best author and the best finisher. I'm just going to pray on this and think positive. Go fuck yourself. Simone Biles, who very famously has had some words for Donald Trump in the past. She said, I love my black job, kind of taking jabs at Donald Trump a few months ago. Well, she gives a statement. Hey, Joe Biden, you need to straighten your spine up and do some things, shake things up. Thank you, all of us women out here who have been so disrespected. It's embarrassing.
Who I think more famously,
athletes lose.
She more famously quit and abandoned her team during the 2020 Olympics.
Yep. And maybe also she didn't realize that Joe Biden seemed to be very happy when he was speaking about Trump winning. He came out there looking 10 years younger, smiling ear to ear. Joe Biden probably voted Trump.
You got all these athletes who decided that they needed to come out there and do all this stuff. Yet athletes like Nick Bosa get slammed by people in the mainstream, by so many people like this. Woke athletes lost. And it's fucking hilarious because they're completely and totally out of touch. Angel Reese is a total and complete loser. And it makes me happy to see her meltdown. It makes me happy to see LeBron meltdown over a Donald Trump victory. He is your president, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. People were voting with their pocketbook. These athletes don't have to worry about prices too much. But when I go to a grocery store and I see $9 for eggs, I'm like, man, that's insane.
Well, what do you mean? Yeah. Angel Reese says her WNBA salary is not enough to pay for her rent.
Well,
true.
But she got a whole bunch of endorsements.
Well, and she also, like, it can't pay for her rent because she's chosen to live in a place that's extremely high rent. You know what I mean? She's living in a place that most
$8,000 a month.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, did the Panthers just fumble? Panthers just fumbled and the Giants recovered.
Giants recovered.
Giants are in scoring range. Let's go.
Let's see. Terry Lapari, is the league going to retroactively fine Drew Brees for wearing Jacob Blake's name on his helmet? Just wondering. No, because those were approved messages. And that's the difference between all these things. Getting pre-approval by the league or pre-approved league messages. Mexican Iron Man, kneeling for the flag, okay, but MAGA not bad. Fuck you, Goodell. Thanks, Mexican Iron Man. Great week. America's back. Vance Gabbard for 2028. Beardo, love you, buddy, but after Mike's right about the Batman. What do you guys think? Dylan Gabriel or Travis Hunter for the Heisman? Honestly, should probably be Ashton Jeedy. Not gonna lie, with the fucking year he's having. But the problem with Travis Hunter is, like, what Travis Hunter is doing is very impressive, but it's like, who should win the Heisman? Is it somebody who's like the best player at their position for the entire, like, they're playing elite level at their position, the best, they're the best? Or is it somebody who's playing well on both sides of the ball? And that's kind of the argument you have to make with Travis Hunter, because you can't sit there and tell me he's he's the most elite defensive back or he's the most elite wide receiver. He's doing both things well. So it's tough. To me, that's pretty tough. What do you guys think?
I think it's wide open right now. There's not a clear front runner for the Heisman right now. So we got a few more weeks left. I think this is going to be one of the more divisive, up in the air kind of Heismans that we've seen in recent history.
Yeah, I haven't kept up too much with any type of Heisman talk, but I know that Travis Hunter really good, plays both sides of the ball. Has he been on offense for the most part?
Wide receiver, corner. Yeah, he plays both sides.
Yeah.
But Dylan Gabriel, obviously quarterback for Oregon. Depending on, I feel like they're going to have to win out, and they probably will. I think he's got a shot. I haven't heard as much buzz about Cam Ward lately, but Ashton Jeanty, like, to me, he is far and away, and it's not even close, the best running back in the league or in the country this year. You can argue about some of the competition he's played against, but look at his numbers. I mean, the dude's got like 500 more rushing yards than anybody else in the country right now, and he's not done for Boise State. So I don't know. That would be the way I lean as of right now. All right. We said that one. Zach Taylor is trash to go for the tie. Go for the tie, not that hard. I disagree. It was, to me, it was completely and totally the right decision for the Bengals to go for 2 there. And the reason being they hadn't stopped the Ravens at all in the second half, basically. And like the last 3 or 4 drives for the Ravens were touchdown drives. They were not able to stop them. So I think it was the right thing for them to do. On the road, go for the win. With all that momentum that the Ravens offense had. It was a great game. It was a great fucking game on Thursday.
Yeah.
MCU fan for 5. Life as a Giants fan shouldn't be this cruel.
I know.
Well, your entire life is cruel, MCU fan. Mike Hill for 20. Understandable. Georgia Tech fans storming field after beating undefeated Miami, but a highly ranked LSU storming the field is ridiculous.
Daniel Jones just threw an interception.
At the goal line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, baby. That's 2 picks for Daniel Jones today.
One wasn't his fault.
What about this one?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I'm just getting the highlights on ESPN.
I had the game on YouTube TV.
Highly ranked LSU storming the field is ridiculous. They lost. And Alabama beat the fuck out of LSU last night.
Destroyed LSU.
When did LSU storm the field?
No,
I know
it was,
Ole Miss stormed the field.
Yeah, they blew out Georgia. And they stormed the field twice, I believe.
Yeah, they did a little preemptive strike there with the storming.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgia got demolished yesterday.
Yeah, is that who you mean, Mike Hill? Are you talking about Ole Miss? Maybe. Taker for 5. Utah's AD said in the post-game presser the game against number 9 BYU was stolen from us. To quote Gollum, he bashed Big 12 referees. Fines incoming? Potentially. I did hear that. He was very upset. I mean, Utah's athletic director should be upset. They're 4-5 this year. And yeah, there was a controversial call at the end against BYU or against Utah. BYU barely won that game. Still hanging on in the top 10 ranking, probably. Take a bet, Beardo. If Mike Tyson wins, you'll join Ryan to FurCon. I'm never going to that. But
no one's going to win that fight. It's going to be a draw.
Craig Morning. I love Mike. I boxed for the Marines and for about 12 years at the pro level. Jones versus Tyson wasn't real, but I do think this one will be more real. That said, Mike has 2 rounds to win at best. Yeah, he's gonna be gassed, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be gassed. Super based Beardo. This was really funny. And I didn't say anything. I just kind of let you go. But how do I say this? He has more stamina.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of saying stamina than stamina.
Yeah, that was a direct quote. And it was funny because how do I say this? And you thought about it for like 5 seconds of silence, and then you mispronounced it.
I always say I don't know why. Just stamina rolls off the tongue easier than stamina.
Taker, Angel Reese, shut up and miss another layup. God, she's fucking insufferable. John Getz, these next couple weeks will tell us whether the Steelers are pretenders or for real. A good Skins team, then a Ravens soon after. Could get a nice division lead or be in second place soon. Jose Contreras, my bad. 10-4 for Beardo. It was a typo. So there we go. There wasn't a mystery loss for you.
Okay, there we go.
Also, SEC is in a state of who's going into the SEC championship. Yeah, SEC is a little bit of a toss-up this year. Mod Eric K, Chiefs and Ravens both saved by the Zebras. Blatant interference to make them win at the end once again. We all know the Shield has favorites. I think that a lot of you guys are fucking retarded and you don't realize that refs just suck in general, right? There are bad calls throughout every fucking game against every fucking team. And that's just the reality. And you got these retarded ML football Twitter accounts or whatever that post, this is the most egregious thing that we've ever seen in fucking history. Everyone gets gaslit into believing this. Refs make fucking bad calls. They just do. They have always, because they're imperfect people. And the better cameras get, the better technology gets, the more camera angles we get, the more things get tweeted out on social media, the more we see it. I think referees are just as bad as they were fucking 25 years ago or something, but we just see it so much more often. It's so much easier to see when referees fuck shit up, in my opinion. It's just what it is. All right, where are we? John Getz for a buck. President-elect should totally appear on Monday or Thursday Night Football. I know he's got a lot of work to do, but come on. I want to see the awkward or liberal freak out if he has fun with Al Michaels. Yeah. Because, like, remember, like, in the fucking Chiefs-Ravens game, it was like, oh, my God, look at the fucking, they just gave it to the Chiefs. They fucked over the Ravens. Now it's like, well, they fucked over the Bengals because they love the Ravens so much. It's like, just goes in a fucking circle. So sick and tired of this stupid shit, to be honest. Yeah, it's not the most egregious thing. It happens every week. Missed calls happen every week. I agree. All right, let's get into this, though. Speaking of missing layups, there's a young man who came into the league this year, a rookie. His name is Bronny James. He doesn't deserve to fucking be here. We heard a few weeks ago, after the ridiculous PR stunt that LeBron James and the Lakers pulled, to have Bronny enter the first game of the season with his dad and make history for LeBron James. We heard that, oh, by the way, they're actually going to be splitting time. He's going to go down the G-League because, quite frankly, Bronny James doesn't deserve to be in the NBA. Well, he finally made his first G-League appearance after a handful of appearances in actual NBA games. Bronny James is now with the South Bay Lakers in the G-League. He made his debut last night. How do you think that went?
Not good.
It went fucking terribly. The South Bay Lakers beat the Salt Lake City Stars 110-96 to tip off their G-League season. Bronny James, 6 points on 2 of 9 shooting, 0 of 4 from 3, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 turnovers in 31 minutes. Other young guys, other rookies on that team. Quincy Oliveri, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Maxwell Lewis, 27 points, 5 rebounds. This is an embarrassment because this is the reality. Bronny James was not ready for the NBA. He was anointed. It was decided by LeBron that the Lakers would pick him and would play him regardless if he wasn't ready. And he's clearly taken roster spots away from people who are far more deserving. Bronny James should still be in college right now because these numbers, pretty damn close to what he was putting up at USC. Not going to lie, pretty damn close to what he was putting up at USC. What a pathetic embarrassment.
Those 2 other guys, have they gotten any minutes with the real Lakers?
I do not know.
Probably not.
I know Quincy has like a 2-way contract. I don't know if he's gotten any minutes with the actual Lakers. I cannot tell you.
Probably not, though. I mean, Bronny James, why is he even shooting threes? He shot 4 threes yesterday. He can't shoot a 3. I remember.
He's an undersized guard. If
he's an undersized guard
he
too, he
has to shoot threes, so there's no purpose for him to be on the floor. You know what I mean?
He can't shoot threes.
Yeah.
In summer league, didn't he miss like 17 straight 3-pointers? He was struggling in the summer league. He struggled at USC. Of course, disaster in the NBA. He can't play. But because of the name on the back of his jersey, that is the only reason why Bronny even got into the NBA.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even be starting for USC right now.
All he wants to do is play Call of Duty. He should be streaming playing Call of Duty right now.
Yeah. Yeah. He loves video games. Hey, that's fine.
Yeah. Good for him, man. Do that. If it weren't for his dad, he wouldn't be in the league.
And we kind of talked about it, right? When they made the announcement after this hyped up bullshit PR stunt to put Bronny in the game with LeBron, after that, they made the announcement, hey, by the way, he's going to split time with the Lakers in the G League. And people are like, okay, so that's just a fucking stunt. Okay, got it. Cool. He does probably need reps. But now my question is, how much longer can you let him play in the G League if these are the performances he's putting up? If he's getting overshadowed and playing like shit in the G League, what do you do from a narrative perspective about Bronny James? This entire thing is LeBron James' plan to help his legacy. That's what this entire thing is for.
And embarrass his son at his expense.
Yeah.
And Bronny's going back. Bronny's going back to the Lakers, though. He's only playing home games for the South Bay Lakers. He's going back to the Lakers and ride on the bench and embarrass himself.
Yeah, it's sad and it's pathetic, but this is the story of Bronny James. This is a dude who should still be in college right now.
Yeah.
Despite his dad 2 years ago saying that he's better than everybody in the G League. Remember, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
LeBron was saying Bronny better than half these cats out there right now in the G League. Well, apparently.
No, he said in the NBA. He said Bronny was better than guys in the NBA.
He said that Bronny was better than some people on the Lakers roster. He said that at one point.
Threw his teammates under the bus.
Yes, threw his teammates under the bus. Bronny can't hang in the G League. Certainly can't hang in the NBA. And this is just a pathetic embarrassment.
Yeah. I feel bad for Bronny, man. This is not his fault.
No, I mean, it's not. This you get some awesome benefits from being the son of LeBron James. I think it probably far outweighs the negatives. But yeah, this is the reality. If LeBron or if Bronny James was just another 57th overall pick, would we care? Would we be talking about? No, but he's not. He's LeBron James' son, who is only there because he's LeBron James' son, who is being used to hype the LeBron James media machine, right? And LeBron's trying to use his son to put another notch in his belt, since he'll never get to 6 championships. He'll never be as good as Michael Jordan. He'll never be all these things. So he has to do all this other shit to try to get that. That's one of them. I played with my son. Who else can say that?
Yep.
All right. Who wins, Jones or Stipe in UFC? Bro, how can you bet against Jones? Beato's right. Draw in the Tyson Paul fight.
That's the only way. That's the only way. Because remember, when this fight first started, there was going to be a no knockout clause, and they were going to wear 16-ounce gloves. Now, and then people saw the writing on the wall, and they were thinking, okay, this is a staged fight. So they had to backtrack. We're going to wear 14-ounce gloves, and there's no knockout clause anymore. And I think they extended the rounds, too. Actually, I think it was going to be 6 rounds. Now it's 8 rounds. There's 2 options here. It's either a draw or Jake Paul is going to he's going to beat him in points. That's just how it's going to go. There is no way that Mike Tyson wins this fight unless it's knockout in the first or second round. And that's not going to happen because Jake Paul's too quick, because he has youth on his side. And I'm with John here, and I've been saying this. I'm not a Jake Paul fan. I am anti-Jake Paul, okay? I've been against Jake Paul. But when it's Jake Paul against old man Mike Tyson, I'm sorry. And I know that there's a lot of homers for Mike Tyson. There's a lot of nostalgia. This is Iron Mike. I get it. He's an old fucking man when it comes to combat sports. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen, man. Jake Paul or a draw?
Diz the Jizz says also more rules causing more errors. Yeah. It's like that fucking stat that gets pulled up about Patrick Mahomes has had more interceptions negated by penalties than any other quarterback in the league since he came in, or since he started in the league. That's true. He's also had more touchdowns negated by penalties than any other quarterback in that given time frame, right? So people ignore that one. They focus on the other one. But yeah, it's always a fun story. Everybody wants to blame somebody else when you lose.
I love Big D-Walk. Beardo does not know what he's talking about. Go back and watch his fights. He's a beast, and he will bring the pain. Yeah. 30 years ago. 30 years ago.
Watching Mike Tyson fights from the 80s and 90s, to me, is not very impactful or meaningful on what Mike Tyson's going to do 40 years after that.
Correct. It does not translate to right now. He is going to be 58 years old. 58 years old. Okay. In real life and real people, yeah, that's not that old. We're talking about combat sports here. Okay. Not just NFL, MLB, where players retire in their late 30s, early 40s. This is combat sports. Okay. Mike Tyson, it's a joke of a fucking fight. These guys are collecting the bag. It's going to be a draw. And if it's not a draw, Jake Paul's going to win on points.
But Jake Paul's boxing career is a joke too. He's not
100%.
fighting real boxers.
I agree with you.
It's about money.
He's not saying that it's some crystal clean, he's an amazing boxer.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I am anti-Jake Paul. He's a YouTuber. He's a fraud boxer, okay? I don't care how much time he has put in his fucking bullshit gym in Puerto Rico with the best trainers ever. Jake Paul is a fucking fraud. But Mike Tyson is also a 58-year-old fucking man trying to get back into boxing. And we watched him fight Roy Jones Jr. a few years ago, and it was a fucking joke. This boxing match is a hoax. It is for the money. They're both there to collect the bag. And I know it's an official bout where it's going to go on their record, and that's why it's going to be a draw. And I've said it before. I'm repeating myself here. Neither one of them want this on their record. Because if Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson, what's the narrative? Jake Paul beat an old man. And also, Mike Tyson doesn't want that loss on his record. If Jake Paul loses, Jake Paul doesn't want to lose to an old man. That's why it's staged to be a draw. They want to get paid. And if it is official, and if they are going to go to the scorecard and determine a winner, it's going to Jake Paul because he's going to score the points. And that's just the truth.
I'm tired of talking about this shit.
I know.
I'm tired of talking about a fucking YouTuber fake boxer and an old fucking man fighting.
Me too.
Because we'll talk about it next week.
I keep repeating myself here. I know.
Let's get to the games.
Yes, please.
This game, which 2-minute warning, Daniel Jones is right now attempting to drive the New York Giants down the field to tie the game.
See what they can do.
Or maybe take the lead. Got 2 minutes left. There's nobody I trust more in a 2-minute must-win scenario than Daniel Jones. So
I know.
That's going to be awesome. Might as well get to this first game. The Patriots and the Bears. I don't know why the Bears. It was a 6.5 point. It was a 6.5 point spread earlier. It's down to a 6-point spread. I'm very worried about the Patriots offense with so many people in our defense getting banged up. Drake May is a much better option for them than Jacoby Brissett. This game is at home. The Bears are undefeated at home. They play terrible on the road. I have to pick the Bears. I'm not happy about it. Until they fire their entire coaching staff, I will not be happy to talk about the Chicago Bears. But I'm picking the Bears.
I'm picking the Bears too right here as well. Ooh, man. Daniel Jones almost pulled a Eli Manning, but it's a drop ball.
So unlike Ryan, I'm not picking the Patriots out of spite because the Bears are Ryan's team, but I am picking the Patriots today. I like them to cover that 6.5 points or the 6 points, but I also like them to win. This just seems like a spot where the Patriots are just going to win this game. Just gut feeling.
Bro, this guy did that get called a catch?
It shouldn't have. That was easily a drop. It bounced.
This is what I'm talking about. Look, all right, perfect. This is the perfect situation. All right. I can't wait to talk about this for all the people that, man, all these refs out there, they're favoring. Yeah, I'm sure the refs are really going to favor the fucking New York Giants, something like that. This is a play that got called a catch on the field. Bryce Young's kind of like, how did I even need to go to review? This play got called a catch on the field.
Looks like a catch to me.
Oh, come the fuck on. I've never seen a ball like that blatant be called a catch.
Honestly, it probably should have been
okay, listen, it's under 2 minutes. Listen, it's under 2 minutes. It's going to get a review automatically. Yeah. Okay.
And so this is what I mean, right? This is a game. It's a 2-7 team against a 2-7 team. And if this fucking play had happened like somewhere else, like, oh look, they're trying to get Patrick Mahomes. Oh, they're trying to give Lamar Jackson advantage. That's exactly how some of you people would be acting if this had happened. But this is Daniel Jones versus Bryce Young. God, I can't believe they called that a catch.
Yeah.
Giants are
it's around the 40. I mean, they got the line.
Did they call it a catch?
No, not that play. Daniel Jones made another pass, and he just completed another one just now. So they definitely
9 yards to Hyatt. Okay,
that's some of the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. But yes, that game is currently going on. Bills versus the Colts. Now, the Bills are down Amari Cooper. They are also down Keon Coleman. So despite making that big trade for Amari Cooper, they now have fewer wide receivers than they did before they made that trade. But despite the fact that it's at the Colts, I got to go with the Bills. I can't go against the Bills in this game. Not with Josh Allen. Not with that running game. I got to go Bills.
Yeah,
but they are down some weapons, certainly.
True. Go. I'm going with the Bills too. Not looking good for my preseason pick of the Bengals, man. But the Bills coming on now, so we have to see.
Give me the Bills. I'm going to lay the points with the Bills. I think they cover that 4.5 points. Give me the Bills. I don't see any chance that the Colts keep this game close. So I like the Bills big.
There you go. 3 Bills picks. Broncos and the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Division rivals. Bo Nix, the best wide receiver on the Broncos. I got to go with the Chiefs in this game. Once again, I'll make the statement, as I do nearly every single game. KC like minus 7.5 might be a little high historically.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough time covering these games where they're favored by that much. So that's one thing I would look at.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go out on a limb. Give me the upset. Give me the Broncos this time.
Damn.
I'm confidence, man. Confidence.
If we're going spreads here, I do like the Broncos to cover this 7.5.
I agree with that.
I do like the Broncos to cover the 7.5. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win, but I like the Broncos to cover.
Yeah, like eventually they have to lose one of these games, especially some of these close games. Obviously, go to overtime against Baker Mayfield. And it was Baker Mayfield and the Bucks last week, right?
Yeah.
That was the game that went. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Like eventually, I think their loss will probably come on the road. I doubt it'll come at home, but
that's what I was thinking too. But the Chiefs 8-0, man, but like every single game, man, seems like it's been within like 5 points.
They've had every fucking game has been close for them. Almost. It feels like it anyway. Falcons and the Saints. I'm going with my boy, Kirk
Cousins.
Captain Kirk Cousins and the ATL Atlanta Falcons going into New Orleans. New Orleans just got rid of their head coach. They're a mess. People getting knocked out, people getting injured. I'm like 3.5 points on the road is, a decent spread, but still, I'm taking Atlanta in this game.
I'm taking the Falcons too, man. I can't believe the Saints actually demolished the Cowboys. The first game. I believe it's the first game of the season. And look at them now.
First or second, yeah.
Yeah.
NFC South matchup. The Falcons have played the NFC South really good this year, mainly with their two, barn burners that they have with the Bucks. So I like the Falcons. I'm going to lay that 3.5 with the Falcons as well. I think they cover that 3.5. I like the Falcons today as well.
Yeah. It was the second game of the season. Cowboys won their opener pretty easy.
So 10 seconds left in this game. The Giants, Graham Ganope is out there. He is getting ready to kick a game-tying field goal potentially.
Yeah. We got to hurry up so I can watch overtime.
Yeah, should we watch this here? Hold on.
No, fuck.
You don't want to watch it?
Yeah, let's watch it. Are we going to get banged for this?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out a little bit until he's ready to kick, and then I'm going to put it back in.
What is it? A 42-yard attempt?
Carolina just took a timeout. So we've got a little bit of time before that.
Let's go over some more games. I want to watch
49ers at the Buccaneers. San Francisco's favored by 6.5 points on the road against Tampa Bay.
You know,
Christian McCaffrey, Run CMC, is back. How many reps he gets?
Limited.
We don't really know about that.
He will be limited for sure. I'm
going to take the Bucs at home, okay?
I'm going to take the Bucs at home, too. I don't feel
great about it,
too
but I got
confidence about the 49ers right now.
Yeah. You know what? This morning on game. Oh, here we go.
It's good.
Clutch.
Let's hurry up so I can watch overtime. This morning on Game On.
Illegal formation. Looks like the guy in the end of the line wasn't lined up right.
On the Giants?
Yeah, they got to re-kick it. 5-yard
I don't see
penalty.
a flag.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say.
You can't do that to me, dude. You can't. Are you fucking serious right now?
No, he's not. He's bullshitting.
I'm fucking with you.
No, I know. I was asking if he's serious about fucking with me right now.
I am, yeah.
Son of a bitch. Fuck you. No, we
49ers Buccaneers.
Yeah, no, I like the Bucs this morning to cover the 6.5. I know Christian McCaffrey's back. Juwan Jennings should be back too. If you're on Prize Picks, Juwan Jennings anytime touchdown. Christian McCaffrey's going to be limited. I like, you know what? I do like the Bucs at home. Baker Mayfield putting the team on his back. Give me the Bucs at home, man. This is a game where the 49ers lose, man.
And I feel like they're still they just went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs, right? Like, this is a team that continues to get underestimated. I've underestimated them at times this year. Unfortunately, usually when I don't pick them. Usually when I pick them, they suck. But here's hoping something different. I'm picking the Bucs. Are we all picking the Bucs at home?
Yep.
Bucs at home. 50.5 point total. Hammer the under on this game.
Oh, my God. Carolina just ran it in for a game-winning touchdown.
Are you serious?
I'm bullshitting. Nah. It's
Fuck you, John. Fuck.
Why aren't you watching? I have the game up right here.
I got the game up too.
I know. It's only on my TV. I have to pull it up on my phone.
Nah, it's in a regulation. I was going to overtime.
All right, you fucking bitch. Let's hurry up.
Steelers, Commanders. All right, Washington favored by 2 at home. This is a big game for both of these teams.
This could be a classic.
This is a good game.
Yeah, and you got. I do think that pass rush is going to create problems for Jaden Daniels. Not just because it's a pass rush, but because those guys can cover the run as well. And if those edges, but that's the thing. These guys need to stay disciplined. I think they probably have the people that can do it to contain Jaden Daniels.
Oh man,
I'm picking Danger Russell Wilson. All right. I'm picking Dangerous in this game. The Steelers are going to go in and they're going to beat the Commanders.
I do like the Steelers with the Russell Wilson offense. I do. Don't get me wrong. But I trust the Redskins offense more. So give me the Redskins.
Man, it's a tough pick. I'm going to flip a coin on this one. The hell with it. Redskins.
Let's go.
Good point spread right there, but it's probably going to be a field goal game.
Viking. Well, really quick. Let me get to this big $50 dono from Game On Sports News and Picks. Cash my best bet today. Ryan picking his Bears.
He did say that. He said his lock of the week was Ryan picking the Bears against the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, right now I think my picks on the Bears this year are 7-2. So that's not, or what are they? They're 4-4. So I'm probably 8-2, honestly, because the first 6 games, everyone I picked them to win, they won. Everyone I picked them to lose, they lost. Last 2 weeks been a little rough, but in terms of me picking what my Bears will do, it's pretty consistent. So I'm just saying. Vikings at the Jaguars. Got to go with the Vikes. The Vikings away.
Yeah.
A lot of away favorites as well, which can kind of be those can always get a little touchy. Those can always get a little bit weird, but I'm taking the Vikings in Jacksonville.
Yeah, so
give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
Titans at the Chargers. Chargers all day, every day against the the pathetic Titans.
Yep.
Will Levis starting today for the Titans. Give me the Chargers.
Chargers also.
It wouldn't matter if it was Mason Rudolph, but yeah, that's a rough one. Taking the Chargers. Eagles, Cowboys.
You guys already know I'm not picking the Cowboys.
Got to take the Eagles in this game.
That's too many points, though.
I ain't going to lie, though. This could be one of those games. Nick Sirianni's a retard. Cooper Rush plays really well, and the Cowboys end up winning.
That's what I'm saying.
That is totally something that could happen.
That's what I was saying on Game On this morning. This is one of those games where the Cowboys are just going to play well because of Cooper Rush. I don't know. No Dak, no CeeDee Lamb. Cooper Rush. The Cowboys could keep this game close. I don't think it's going to matter, though. If you're on Prize Picks, use code. What's the code?
GG.
Use code GG on Prize Picks. Bet $5. Get $50 free to place some picks on Prize Picks. Whatever Saquon Barkley's rushing yards are, I believe it's in the 90s, like 98 rushing yards. Pick more on Saquon Barkley's rushing yards. Also, I think Saquon Barkley's going to have a receiving touchdown today. Give me the Eagles, but the Cowboys might keep it close. But give me the Eagles.
You got Eagles all day, every day, John.
Yeah, I said that earlier today. I ain't picking the Cowboys.
Jets Cardinals. This is such a weird game.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are playing better. Certainly, the Jets finally fucking get off the schneid, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers is back." Well, let's hold up there. The Jets are favored at Arizona.
Give me the Cardinals.
I'm taking the Cardinals in the game as well.
Me too. Cardinals.
Fuck, we're all just picking the same damn teams. Well, there you go. I'm taking the Cardinals. They're taking the Cardinals. Lions, Texans. This Houston Texans team, we've kind of said it all year. They had not been playing as well as sometimes their record indicated, and I feel like a lot of that's kind of falling apart now. That offensive line's really struggling to protect C.J. Stroud. I think the Lions are playing better than virtually anybody in the game right now. Give me the Detroit Lions on the road.
Lions are the best team in the league right here, and man, I got to pick them against the Texans.
John's right. The Lions are the best team in the league. I like to lay the points here with the 3.5. I think they're going to cover that. And also with the total here, what happened?
Sorry to update you. This is a real one. I think Tracy just fumbled on this handoff. He got stripped in the backfield, and the Panthers now have the ball.
And they can kick a field goal, win the game.
They can, yes. We'll see.
No, he fumbled. Like he got knocked out of his hand.
Yeah, it got stripped. So that's it. Game over. Done.
Give me the Lions.
Shut
the fuck up. Give me the Lions. Take the over on this game. The Lions are going to score 30+ points. Take the over on this game. The Lions are great, and the Giants suck. Take the Lions and the over on this game.
Oh, man. All right. Monday night. We will be back for Monday evening quarterback. Dolphins and Rams.
Rams.
I'm taking Rams in this game, too. The Dolphins fucking suck, even with Tua back. But
Rams.
Now, that's it. That is it. Right now, Tracy Jr. looks like he kind of looks like Beardo on the sideline, to be honest.
Man, he's crying on the sideline.
I think he is crying. Listen, this is what I'll say to him. You're both 2-7. It ain't that serious.
Yeah, there's a reason why your record is 2-7.
Yeah, no shit, John. Yeah, and there's a reason why the Cowboys are 3-6, okay?
Yeah, we fucking suck.
Yeah, the Giants suck. All right.
Mike Hill for 44 months. Taylor Swift getting the win against the Broncos. I picked the Chiefs in that game. Abstract, 49ers easy dub. Bosa 9 sacks. We'll see. I think Bosa, I agree with what Beardo said, that Bosa comes out energized and shit. But I don't know. Christian McCaffrey being back, I don't know why I feel a Buccaneers victory at home, but I just feel like that team's been disrespected and they feel counted out and all this stuff, and you saw them put up a good fight against the Chiefs. Give me Baker and the boys. Baker and the boys in that game. Let me check over on the Rumble side of things. think we're good there. All right. We're all caught up. That is going to do it for us this week, guys. We got the real games starting in about 15 minutes from now. There's still time. You got a kicker running. Do you want us to go
4th and 5?
No, I'm good.
You sure? What if it's a miss? What if it's a block? What if it's a return?
Pull it up.
That's right.
Might as well, because well, you want to wait until he gets it. And Carolina, I mean, Giants got a timeout. Chances are they're probably going to ice him.
He's praying to God right now.
Yep.
And move it till they're ready. Oh, they just called. Giants just called the timeout. So, feel a lot better about the Steelers game now that Beardo picked against us. Remain blessed, all. Thank you, DeBeast808. We appreciate that. But yes, we will be back for Monday evening quarterback, myself and Beardo here at 7 p.m. Eastern, going over some of these games. A 36-yard field goal attempt in Germany.
Shank it.
For Bryce Young's third win of the season. Well, Carolina Panthers third, Bryce Young's second. But I'll go back right when we're about to have it. I don't want them to copyright claim me. Here we go. 36-yarder in Germany for the win. Straight through the uprights. Right.
Catch you guys later.
Yep.
That is it. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Peace.